There we go. We are recording. Frieren, episode 7, 8, 9. It's episode 9. It's episode 9 of season 2. That's the episode that it is. That is the episode which we are on. I'm good at counting things. Hello, welcome along. If you've not been along to one of these reactions before, once again, recommend you start from the start, but I'll explain it to you nonetheless. Imagine you and I are sitting on the couch next to each other. We each have our own laptop with our own copy of this episode playing. And we both have each of our own headphones, and we're watching it at the same time together. And then occasionally, I, being the annoying friend, will pipe up and say, I need to fucking yap about this thing. So I'll say 3, 2, 1, pause, and we'll both pause together. And then once I'm done yapping, I'll be like 3, 2, 1. Go, and then we'll go. Because I can't actually show you anime on screen right here. I have to show you that instead, which is a little bar with some subtitles and a little timestamp with some time in it. And then that. Oh, hello, Denkin. I may have mildly spoiled myself. And that's how you'll stay in sync with me. I'll give you countdowns. I'll keep our place. We will always continue from the place where we pause, but that's the way we do it. It's inconvenient for you. It's convenient for me, and that's the way I like it on the No Effort channel over here. If you want some more convenient ways to watch my reactions to things, then you can come to the Discord and join all of these fine, fancy people here. I'll post an invite link every once in a while, or you can become a member of the channel to get access to the Discord, and there will also be a more convenient way to watch, you know, the reaction if you're not there for the live stream. Will also be on the server if you're curious about that, but you don't have to. It starts at $1 a month, and that's fucking a lot of money right now because of how the world is, so you can subscribe one time and then go watch all the things you want and then unsubscribe immediately. That's fine. Anyway, that's enough shilling for me. Let's actually watch the episode. 3, 2, 1, go. Three, 2, 1, pause. God damn it. I was trying to hold it. I tried. I attempted to hold it, but it's the little things. It's the little things. That's a really complex little unfolding motion. He's fucking folded that shit up like it's a fucking roadmap from a gas station in 1998. And he unfolds it and like the lines are consistent and it's like a complex little physical motion from him. But very deft, like very sort of agile with his fingers, but again, so much more than the scene requires. He just has to unfold a letter. It didn't have to be a whole logistical operation, and yet it's the little things. And there is a point to that, right? Like, we've talked about this before. There is a point to that. There is a point to Frieren, the show, the anime specifically, making a point out of caring about the little things, caring about the little mundane actions that make up like the daily fabric of life, because that's part of the point of the show, is that those things are important, that the mundane day to day, those little everyday moments, because if you don't hold on to them, if you don't care about them, if you don't invest in them, then they're going to be lost, and all of a sudden all of that shit is going to be gone, and you're going to be standing at your friend's funeral crying because you didn't pay attention while it was there, right? Rotoscope? No, I think that was keyframed. That didn't look rotoscoped to me. There is a thematic, there's a philosophical point to Frieren the show making a point out of these things, but it's just, ooh. It's just, again, from the perspective of like, if you were a producer planning out how to spend the budget on a season of anime, you wouldn't say, oh yeah, like, let the animator spend 2.5 hours on one guy unfolding a letter in the back of a carriage one time. Anyway. 3, 2, 1, go. Is he going to the Northern Plateau as well? Okay. What's he doing here? I mean, clearly he got a letter also asking him to be there. That's a lovely shot of him disappearing into the woods. I guess that's the hook for the last 2 episodes, is like Denkin and whatever the fuck he's doing here. Lie. Na 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 na. More destroyed villages. That's a beautiful background painting. Rebuilding villages. It's happy! Yay! The evil has been defeated. Hold on. 3, 2, 1, pause. That's an accountant. That man runs accountancy for like a minor logistics firm. That's what are you doing in fantasy? This man got isekai'd. This man got isekai'd. He's not from here. That man plays bridge every Thursday with like 2 of his friends whose names he's never asked. Like that. This man has cheat abilities. Put him to work. No, it's just the character design. Like the glasses are so modern. Like little tiny thin metal frames, like square around the eyes, and then like that. It's square glasses like that. Like, granted, I have round ones, but if they feel so modern, I'm sure probably they had them like with square, like more square lenses from back way back when. But that has to be harder to make than like round lenses. It's something about that just feels so modern, so contemporary. Look at this guy. It's like, wait, hang on. What the fuck are you like? Who let the guy from accounting have a cameo on the show? Anyway, I just needed to yell about that. 3, 2, 1, go. Man, roof thatching, that's nostalgic. Oh, that's gold, man. Yeah, you're killing the dragon. 3, 2, 1, pause. So I grew up in the countryside, like the south of Denmark, in the island sea off Fyn, and there's a lot of roof, thatched roofed houses out there. And so every once in a while, you'd see workmen doing the work of clearing out old thatches, like getting rid of anything that's gotten moldy, and putting new ones up. So this, I've seen people like restore roofs like this before. That was genuinely kind of nostalgic. It's like, oh, fucking roof thatching. Like that is what it looks like. It is just, you just get some fucking big piles of straw and you put them on your roof. That's more or less how it works. Obviously, modern insulation and other things go into it as well in buildings nowadays. It was just kind of nice, nostalgic to see. This is also a good gesture from frieren, right? She's offered this useless grimoire, and then like the little gesture of she sinks her face into her scarf and like holds a hand up. And to me, I think she's doing that to hide how much she's smiling right now. It's like, oh, I can't let him see. Just like how tempted I am. Like, it's like this is her. Like, this is, you've just told her that you have a cheese board, like a bag of weed and a good movie, right? Like it's like oh, this is about to be a good day. That's her vibe. Anyway, oh god, I was about to unpause, but like I really like. So like the show has many different modes of the backgrounds that it paints, right? This is so watercolor, right? Like, because sometimes the show, like, it does various different styles of watercolor for the backgrounds. It does various different styles of, sometimes it's very heavily rendered, sometimes it's very detailed, and then sometimes they rely more on the looseness of a watercolor, right? Like, it's digital, obviously, but you can see they're really doing the looseness of a watercolor here with like like little white bits around the edges where the color hasn't quite filled in, overlap blending. It's a really nice background painting. And again, good values, like good values management, good composition on it. Anyway. 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh, that's a cool spell effect. A little compass. And they even imitated the way compass needles tend to bob and like wiggle a little bit as they sort of spin around. They're not stable, right? They brr. I want to go to Sweden. I want to go walking in the old growth forests. Or Norway. I'm not picky. They're kind of the same anyway. No, they're not. I'm sorry to the Norwegians. I'm sorry. I should never compare you to Swedes. You're much nicer. Oh, you're spotted. Oh, we still got a bit of action, do we? Nice. Ooh, nice. Oh, yeah! Stark, my boy! Oh, shit. That's what we call Dragon Ball action. Yeah! That's my boy! MVP! Here's hoping frieren remembers those priest spells. 3, 2, 1. Pause. That was a good fight. Like, I like that they didn't waste time, right? Because, again, like, if this had been 2008, right? And frieren was an anime that was running concurrently as a shonen, like, along with Bleach and Naruto, and, like, then this little bit, this would have been about 9 episodes, right? About 9 episodes of, like, one dragon gets killed, and then we talk for 2 minutes about how the dragon got killed, and we cut back to some other characters doing commentary on how the dragons were killed, and then we cut back to, like, 2 more moves, and then I do appreciate that the show is like, it's doing a bunch of Sakuga, and, like, presumably it's because the show does so much Sakuga. Like, they don't have budget to draw this out any further beyond this. He bounces on his head, the poor boy. Ow. They don't have the budget to draw it out any more than that, but... Get smear-framed, idiot! Yoink! This was just Stark getting to show off. I appreciate that a lot. A little ultra simple run cycle for him down there. Pikmin Stark. Oh, you fucking underhand, like, yush. Into a slide, get up, dodge, yush. Jesus, man. You're carving through this shit like it's mobs. Again, after season 1, it's so good to just get to see Stark do some shit. It's na 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 nakatamari damasi gdosh. And Stark just fucking Yeet! And snatched. That's when he knew he fucked up. Again, the cloth physics pervert is on the job. Look at all that fucking billowing, man. And this time, the cloth physics pervert is just collaborating with the lighting pervert, because, like, fucking... I guess that's the wing beat of the dragon or something like that, but just, like... having the cloth physics of all that flapping, and then at the same time, we're doing, like, a complicated lighting pattern flowing over the volume of the whole thing. God, that looks good. Right, like, it's a relatively simple shot, this one, right? Like, it, in the sense of it's standing still. Stark isn't really moving. The dragon isn't really moving. The only things to animate, really, are cloth physics. And then at this point, when Stark begins to, like, drag the dragon fangs out of his face, these little, like, strength wiggles and pushes as he pushes up. And here we see the point of having, like, the stark lighting, like the strong lighting in this scene. The point of the strong lighting is that when he pushes the dragon's mouth open, we get this dramatic shot of him and his face. And whoosh. Fern with the sniper rifle. Poor dragons, they got caught in a Gundam battle. They make him look so good. Fucking spinny axe, close up on the eye. You can see the twirl that he's beginning, like, rotating it over the... and then just... whoosh. Pull back super fast. Just, like, whipping out so we can see the whole flock, and then... anticipating the blow, and then we don't get to see the blow because we're being efficient with our time here, right? It's like, okay, we get it. They are outclassing the dragons. They can take them. We kind of understand how this fight is going to end. So big slash, laser blasts. We can cut to the end now. It's like, it's good, it's hype, it's efficient. We get to see the characters being powerful, doing their cool shit, but we don't linger on it. And then we move on to the next scene. That's good direction. Like, that is very good directing. That's understanding the function of a fight scene, of an action scene, right? The function isn't, like, if there isn't a strict storytelling purpose, right? Because in the fight with Revolted, there is a storytelling purpose, right? Like, it's part of Genau's character arc. We need to linger on this. That fight needs to take a while. It needs to have ups and downs. It needs to require him to give everything, right? It needs to get there. So there's a point to lingering on that fight and letting it last like an episode and a half, basically. This fight, it's like, yeah, we're doing cool shit, but it's not emotionally impactful. It's not important, right? No one's character arc is being resolved here. We're just sort of checking in with our characters to sort of see, like, how strong has Stark actually gotten on this journey? Because Kit is leveling up. He really is. Like, they are in a high level area. He's sucking up those experience points. And it's just good to see him be competent and, like, be something other than just a little whiny butt monkey for, like, butt of the joke, from which he was for a lot of season 1, because that's just where the story was. I'm just glad that Stark, he's still silly, he's still a whiny little goober, he's still himself, but it's like he gets to demonstrate why he's important. I like that. It's good direction. 3, 2, 1, go. Give them a meal too, dude. And a bath. Yeah, you should never work for exposure. Never do spec work. Well, okay, that's the nice way to phrase it. That's an interesting philosophy. You also do it because you're a spell nerd. Come to think of it, why can't frieren cast buffs? Is he fucking doing a handstand on one finger? Jesus Christ, Eisen. How are you balanced? No, hang on. 3, 2, 1, pause. How are you balanced? Where is your center of gravity? No, that's not possible. No. Your center of gravity is somewhere over here. How are you standing up? You're not balancing on that shit. Like, you have a pivot point, man. Like, you can't have your center of gravity outside of your central support and stay upright. That's not how this works. Like, you're not wearing iron boots. Fuck off. Also, what kind of gel do you use for your beard? What kind of hair gel? What kind of dwarven ass rockcrete concrete ass hair gel do you use? That your beard just stays like that. It's not even a beard, it's a shield. You try and punch him through the beard, you break your knuckles. That thing. What the fuck? Stop. The fuck here. Eisen, you motherfucker. How the hell are you doing this? Jesus Christ. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. It's a really lovely animation on Hibble inspecting the sword. What was he missing there? Oh, look at those waves. Goddamn. Were they... Hang on, those aren't hand animated, are they? Hang on. 3, 2, 1, pause. Hang on, let me have another look at those waves. I mean, they're moving on twos, so there's that. No, that has to be... That has to be 3D, right? With the way that... With the way they're handling the color surfaces? I think it's 3D with a really good shader on it. Like, with some really good processing filters, because that would be an insane... Like, even for this show, that would be a deranged amount of work to ask your background animators to do. And, like, with the aliasing around the edges... You can see the aliasing, you can see the stair-stepping. I think this is like a 3D generated effect. It kind of has to be, because why would you do that? Especially for like like, I could see the idea of doing a really elaborate, impressive water shot for maybe this, right? I could sort of get it, but for this, I don't. Why would you do that? No, this has to be 3D generated, which is fine, but it's very well composited. It's doing a very, very good job of it. And it's just 3 colors, right? Like, that's the thing about, like, that was the thing that really made me feel like this was 2D animated, is they are just using 3 colors, right? Like, there's none of that sort of digital 3D shader, like soft shading or anything. It's just light gray, medium gray, dark gray. And it's like a threshold function that defines when the surface transitions from one into the other in some way. It's well made. It's really well made. 3, 2, 1, go. I like that. He threw the fish back. That was sweet. Ooh, lovely trees. Really nice parallax scrolling on the background layers. That's so fucking cute. Three, two, one, pause. Cabin fever. I like that. I've said it before. I really do like that the show takes time to do things like this. Hair care, right? It's 2 women with quite long hair in quite rough conditions. There is a bunch of care that is necessary to maintain hair like that. I would hope frieren does the same for Fern also. But like we saw it with Fern, like before the date, like she was brushing and like taking care. It's a good detail. And again, there is a point to it in a show like this, right? There is a point to it of like sitting with and reveling in the mundanity, the minutia of just everyday daily maintenance of yourself. It's like with the voice actor, like the weather is caused mountain rage. It's so cute. And again, very well observed physicality from Fern, right? The way that she's handling the wiping cloth, like brushing off bits, and then wiping down her face. And again, there's a familiarity to it, right? Like these kinds of interactions between characters, those are interactions that show familiarity, intimacy, closeness, right? That Fern can handle Frieren's hair and wipe her face, and it's like, it's just casual. It's just, this is just a normal level of closeness between us. And you get that physical sense of how much of a family they are, right? Like that this is a normal level of intimacy for them to have with one another. I like that. That's really nice. And Stark is also doing handstands because, of course, up on one finger, Stark, up on one finger, and then defy gravity by somehow shifting your center of gravity outside of what should be physically possible with your proportions. That's when we'll know that you're Ison level. 3, 2, 1, go. Getting there. Getting there. Oh, well. That's a pie. Oh, they were clearing snow from the roofs. And Stark is making friends, because of course he is. Frieren is making a mess, because of course she is. Oh, yeah. Poor boy. Man, again, such good use of foreground and, like, the full depth of the space, right? Parallax scrolling things. Oh, that's his ferry. Yeah, no, that's not a safe journey. That's a lot of big ships. Three, two, one, Pause. Couldn't help but do that in rhythm with the music. I quite like this little shot of frieren looking over the edge because it's such a simple piece of animation. All this is motion tweens, right? Like, there's no frame-by-frame animation happening here. All we're doing, we have this foreground layer of the boat side. We have frieren in the middle ground. We have the sky in the background. Sky doesn't move, except, like, to sort of slowly scroll by. What do we do with the rest of it? Just up and down. Just a gentle motion tween translating frieren and the boat up and down on a connected rhythm, but not in sync with one another. So it's a wave motion, right? It's a wave motion that propagates from the boat up into frieren, which like shows that's a really nice way to do that shot because it's so simple. And then the visual interest is brought by this lovely light animation playing across the side of the boat, which I wonder, that must be... I mean, a light animator could have done it by hand, absolutely. And then they just add a whole bunch of effects to it to make it sort of blend and screen correctly onto the boat. It could also be generated, but it works really well. And clearly, frieren has some kind of memory, that character again, which I assume is being set up for Season 3, that relates to this golden city. Interesting. It's just a nice shot. It's a really nice shot, this one. 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh, beautiful effects animations. Ooh, that's cool. That's a beautiful bubble animation. Man, these backgrounds are gorgeous. This is just the episode where the background artists get to show off. His perspective. Oh, what a good way to do it. His literal point of view. The two of them. Mimic. Oh, show us her getting caught by the mimic. Come on. Man, the color management too. Just everyday stuff, yeah. I mean, you talked about it. in front of him. Three, two, one, pause. We're gonna go back over some of that. I just wanted to watch that scene play out. That's just some fucking gorgeous effects animation happening here. Let me get a better look at that. Ooh, look at that. Look at the animators like playing with the light reflections on top of the bubble and then boop. It feels like this must have been referenced from like reference footage of a bubble that gets blown up until it bursts. Damn, that's pretty. Right? You can see, because this is how bubbles burst, right? Like, it's these little cavities form, and then the whole thing sort of, like, collapses inward like string, and just kind of goes bloop. And the fucking background artists are just showing off. Look at the fucking subtle play of light across the leaves in the background of this shot. Like, look how well they managed the values of, like, bright sunlit and then into, and then darker, and then almost into, like, nearly kind of a black almost, like a really, really dark green as we head down the stems, and you get that sense of, like, overgrowing leafage. God. And the spider webs all over, little cobwebs with beads of fucking moisture caught. Fuck off. God, that's pretty. That's so pretty. There's such a sense of place. It's such a specific place. It's not a generic background. Like, nothing about this is such a this is this place. That's the sense I get. That's what excites me about Frieren's backgrounds, is that universally they always feel like, especially when the background artists really go ham on it, it feels like a specific place. It's not just, it's not all, it's like, not that the fantasy art style isn't relatively generic, but each place feels like it has history, right? Like, each place feels like some shit happened here that hasn't happened anywhere else. Rather than, again, like, lower budget anime, oftentimes fantasy anime, it's like, yes, here is the fantasy village, which is the fantasy village, which is the same fantasy village as all the other fantasy villages, with the same houses and the same people with the same clothes, and very little specificity, because they don't have the time to pay people to paint backgrounds like this. The other thing about, again, from a production perspective, right? That gets used once. 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 That's why most anime don't do this, is because you have to pay someone an awful lot of hours to sit there and paint a whole fuck ton of backgrounds that get used exactly once and never again. It's expensive. It is, on the economical side, wasteful. But the point is there, right? Like, the point that there's a point to these places. There's a point to this specificity. The fucking light in here. Again, there's such a retro thing to the frieren anime. There's such a retro approach to light and color, especially in scenes like this. Like, this specific kind of, like, aqua turquoise, deep blue into, like, a yellowish, greenish, golden tint down across. Like, that is so fucking OVA, 90s anime OVA coded. That is so cell animation coded. It's the little things. The way Frieren has her ring finger out just a little bit as she's like reaching down around the book. What a careful lift. And it's so tempting over and over again to say, okay, this looks like 3D kind of, because it does. And I'm sure it's heavily referenced. Like, I'm sure there's maybe some rotoscoping or at least some heavy video reference going on here to get it. But they really want this lifting action, right? Like this, her hands coming in, picking up the book. They want to focus on the weight and like the physicality of that in a very specific way. I'm tempted to think the book might be a 3D object here. Kind of feels like the book here could be a 3D object, which is the kind of time savings you would expect. Like, it's a relatively complicated object. The tell would be whether... Fuck, they're not, are they? They're not complete. I'm looking for whether the lines are too consistent frame to frame. Again, it's something that can be done with a shader and like some settings in the generating software. Because the textures are definitely like, they did not hand animate the book covers on top of this fucking thing, right? That looks like something that's projection mapped onto a 3D object. So I think it's rotoscoping over a 3D object. If I were to take a guess, either that or they're using some kind of shader that can give line wobble and give the impression of the artifacting of... Yeah, I don't know. Like, it could be hand animated from like heavy reference. They must have used a 3D object at some point during the production of this book, but... Because, like, it's also because the text, right? Like, there's definitely some 3D work going on here because you can see the text on the pages is completely consistent frame to frame, right? Like, it warps completely consistently with a page, which, like, you can only do that if there's a 3D object in there that can do that warping. So there's some 3D in here. Exactly where it is bloody hard to tell. Whether it's a rotoscoping thing over the top, because it might be that they have a 3D object there and then the animator rotoscoped over it in order to create like the line wobbles and the inconsistencies. It's... yeah, shit, that might actually be the thing they did. Because look, see how the front page is a little bit inconsistent? Like the texture that they're projecting onto the front page is a little bit inconsistent with the motion of the lines. So they're doing something here. Like, they're doing some kind of compositing magic here to make that work somehow. I don't know what it is, but it's very cool. The words could be motion tweened. Like, I mean, yeah, the other... like, you could do a thing where you have the animator animate the book frame by frame somehow, fucking, and then the effects animators and like the compositors have to work together to composite these like 2D textures and sort of try and warp and manipulate them along with the frame by frame animation. It's just, that would be a dumb amount of work, and it would be so much more sensible to just 3D animate the book and maybe rotoscope over it. I don't know how they did it, but it does look very good. He can really throw him back, that priest. Just, these two gay idiots. Running on the beach. Jesus Christ. Frieren being silly. What a good shot. About to get eaten by a mimic, but, you know. One, two, three, four. Grasp. Well-observed little shoulder push, right? Like readjusting himself. Okay, we're recycling frames here. Like, I think the animator animated that page turn animation once, and then we're just kind of reusing it. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, why would you not? Yeah, there's some 3D something going on here, for sure. Exactly what, I can't tell. Fucking colors here are so... They're so washed out, right? Like, deliberately so. They're washing them out. Hella washing them out, right? Like, really, really washing them out with this sort of faded, almost like a photo that's been left in the sun for a minute. That's beautiful color work. Yeah, just everyday stuff. Minutia. As we've talked about, that does seem to be the theme of the episode. The everyday minutia. And kind of the show in general. Okay, let's move on. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, Apollo's dodgeball. Karma. Blop. Finish on a shit post. Very good. Very good. That's a good joke. That's funny. All this, like, oh yeah, minutia and boring. It's a regular journey. Very little happens. Denkin is kind of there, but he's not. Who cares? Stuck in a snowstorm. Nothing happens, and then at the end. Oh, that's funny. That's a good joke. I like that. And yeah, that might probably be the journal that he's writing in right there. I guess is the implication anyway. Oh man, not just suckers, but suckers with teeth. Oh jeez. It's like, whoop. Me leaving a situation. Whoop. Blop. Oh, that's just funny. Very good. Next episode, just the whole episode is just fighting this one sea monster. Oh, what a good show. Anyway, let's move on to the next.